Hi, welcome to another battle report. Today, once again, Orks versus Chaos. It's Christmas Eve, so it's a Christmas battle. We've got on the board a new bit of scenery I got the other day from my brother for Christmas. I know it's not Christmas Day yet, so it shouldn't be open, but we had a thing. Anyway, we have 1,500 points of Orks versus Chaos. Orks won initiative. We're playing Dawn of War, the Scouring. For objective markers, we've got these little things, which I got from the internet. They're not fully painted yet, but they've got little question marks on them. And when you remove the top, you can see how much the objective is worth. That one's 1 point. We knew that was 1 point because it got knocked off, but we don't care. The others are still hidden. We don't know how much they're worth. So the Scouring, 1,500 points. Orks, Death Dread. Big guns with grots, truck with some guys in it, truck with some more guys in it, another truck with some guys in it, death copters, battle wagon with some guys in it, death roller and some big shooters, 19 shooter boys with an orc knob with a power claw, another 19 shooter boys with an orc knob with a power claw, and 3 killer cans. There are, in the trucks and the battle wagon, there are various other orcs, including my warlords in one of the trucks. Over here, I've no idea what we're going up against. We've got some form of rhino, some other rhinos, a hellbrute, Aegis defense line with what appears to be a Chaos Lord, some noise marines, some devastators. We weren't sure of the ruling on placing an Aegis defense line near an objective. We looked it up, we looked up the FAQ, we looked up in the rules, couldn't find any ruling on it, so we went ahead and said it's okay. There is, don't know if you can see it, there is actually an objective in there. So there we go, there is also a hell turkey on the board today. He'll be along soon to toast my lads. So that's it, Orks won initiative. I will be starting round 1. Okay, that was Orc turn 1, pretty uneventful. Death Dread, which started over here, has moved forwards. Those 2 trucks have moved flat out across the board. That truck there moved forwards 6 inches, and Squad of Boys disembarked and are moving towards this building. Grot cannons just moved up the table this way a little bit. Battle wagon moved forwards, followed by a bunch of boys behind it. Killer cans move forwards, bunch of boys behind it. The killer cans open fire on the Aegis defense line quad cannon thingy here, but did no damage. The death copters opened fire on the rhinos over there and did no damage. That's it for the moment. There is an objective held down that end of the table by the Orks. That's it so far. We're moving on to Chaos turn 1. Okay, Chaos turn 2, and as is expected when it's Orks versus Chaos, Chaos are kicking my ass again. Okay, so what happened? Down here, what was it that actually killed the killer can? Was it the quad gun? Yep. Yeah. The noise marines and stuff down here opened fire, and then the quad cannon that's in the Aegis defense line there opened fire. Down here, they destroyed 1 killer can, took a wound off a hull point rather, off another killer can, and removed 1 weapon from the killer can. The close combat weapon on that killer can has been destroyed. Down here, a bunch of noise marines piled out of one of those rhinos. Those 2 rhinos and the noise marines opened fire on the death copters, destroyed 2 death copters, and the final death copter failed its morale check and is now fleeing. Over here, that rhino opened fire on that truck, but did no damage. So there we are. Oh, and the hellbrute that is over here opened fire on that truck, but in that truck there is a big mech with a custom force field, and it went ping off his force field. So that's it for Chaos turn 1. You're moving into Orc turn 1. Okay, that was Orc turn 2, not Orc turn 1, as I said at the end of the last turn. Okay, what did we get? We had over here, the Death Dread moved forwards and engaged this Rhino and blew it up. This Orc truck did very little. That Orc truck opened fire on that Chaos Rhino and removed 1 hull point. The Meganobs and the Big Mech disembarked from that truck and failed their charge. They fired upon the Hellbrute, didn't do any damage, and then they're about 3 inches from that Hellbrute and they got a 1 on their charge, so they didn't get their charge. Over here, that truck fired down onto these Rhinos and did nothing. The Deathcopter amazingly rallied and is hiding behind that truck at the moment. Those Grots with their cannons fired over there and removed a hull point off the middle Rhino and destroyed one of its weapons. These boys moved into this building. These boys moved in behind cover near that objective. The battle wagon fired on the Noise Marines over there and killed 1, I believe. These boys climbed out of the battle wagon and charged in and killed 3 Noise Marines in close combat, and there that unit is locked in combat with my Orks. Those Orks stayed there holding that objective. The Killer Cans fired their custom Mega Blasters down here and blew up the quad laser thing. Hooray! So that is it for Orc turn 2. Some casualties for Chaos, not much, no units killed. We're moving on to Chaos turn 2 now. Okay, that was Chaos turn 2. Before I go on to what actually happened, I need to make a point about I rolled for a run distance rather than a charge distance when I tried to charge the Hellbrute with my Meganobs and Big Mech. I only rolled 1 dice. If I'd rolled 2 dice, I would have made the bloody charge. My mistake, never mind. So what happened in that round? In the last round, Death Dread destroyed that Rhino. The Marines that came out of it fired on that truck and destroyed it. The Orcs fell out. The explosion killed 3 of them. This Rhino tried to tank shock the Big Mechs and Meganobs, but failed, so it just drove straight past them. These Noise Marines fired on the Meganobs and the Big Mech and killed 1 Meganob. These guys over here fired down onto the remaining Deathcopter and the truck and did nothing to them. The Battle Turkey, the whatever it's called, I always rather forget the name of this bloody thing. No, can't remember. It came in from reserve, flew on, vector striked and removed the weapon and 2 hull points from that truck. Down here, close combat, there was 1 Orc killed, 4 Noise Marines killed. They're fearless, those Noise Marines, apparently. These Devastators, or whatever the hell they are, fired over there and killed my remaining Killer Cans, unfortunately. So that's it. 1 point for destroying the Killer Cans, because that's 1 complete unit destroyed. So that's where we're at the moment. I think it's 1 point to Chaos for that 1 kill. There are various objectives being held by Chaos and Orcs, which will sway the game. But we'll move on to Orc turn 3. Okay, that was Orc turn 3. Quite a lot happened there. Alright, what do we got? This Orc truck moved in to block that Rhino. It fired and killed 1 Marine from here. The Orcs that were in that truck charged, and basic outcome of that was the Orcs are dead. So that's another point to Chaos. Pretty much most of the army over here, that Death Dread, these boys here, that Deathcopter, not the truck because its weapon's been destroyed, the Grots, those boys, and that battle wagon all fired on the Helldrake and finally killed it. It was actually the Deathcopter that finally killed it. Health rate goes down, another point to Orks. Meganobs and Big Mech charged the Hellbrute and killed that. Point to Orks. These guys are still holding an objective over here. I forgot to mention that these guys have moved up into the building and have got that objective there. After they killed the Hellbrute, they got their consolidating move and moved towards those Marines. Over here, this close combat, the Knob challenged the Warlord and ripped him apart. Warlord dead, 1 point for Warlord Slayer, 1 point for a full unit killed. So at the moment it's something like 4-3 to Orks. Could go either way though, there's still the objectives being held. We don't know how much each objective is worth, except for that one we know. That's about it for Ork turn 3. We're going to go into Chaos turn 3. Again. Okay, that was Chaos turn 3. These Marines fired on this truck here and removed 1 hull point. These Marines over here fired on the Ork Meganobs and Big Mech, killed 1 Meganob. Over here, the Chaos Champion challenged the Ork Knob and died. That's it. Not a lot happened in that turn. We're going to move on to Ork turn 4. That was Ork turn 4. This truck here, again, fired on these Marines, did jack all, but it's keeping them busy. The Death Dread here, fired onto this Rhino, did nothing. This Death Copter moved up to take this objective, fired on the Rhino, did nothing. That truck is, I think it's immobilized and has had its weapon destroyed, so it's just sat there doing nothing. Grots with their cannons fired down onto the Rhino and both missed. A lot of missing from the Orks going on. That Ork pack moved up and took the objective in the middle. The battle wagon with the Death Roller on the front tank shocked these troops here, but they managed to survive it all. These Orks, after killing everything else here, charged these guys and lost combat amazingly and have now fled. They didn't get killed in the sweeping advance, thankfully. The Big Mech and surviving Ork Meganob fired into this group of Marines and then charged them and killed 1. And that's it for Ork turn 4. We're going to move on to Chaos turn 4. Still everything to play for, although Orks have got a lot of objectives taken and have taken off most of the Chaos heavy hitters. So it's looking good for Orks, but then I have learned not to assume too early. You know my history, I'll probably get killed now. Right, end of Chaos turn 4. Marine unit ran. That Rhino didn't do anything. Don't think that Rhino did anything either. Over here, various Marines fired on these Orks here and also charged them and killed 2. They're now locked in combat. Over here, combat between the Ork Meganob, the Ork Big Mech and a Chaos Champion and a bunch of Marines. The only victim was the Chaos Champion challenged the Big Mech and died. And they're still locked in combat. Going on to Ork turn 5. Okay, end of Ork turn 5. These Orks in the building here moved over to the window to fire down upon the Chaos Marines that had come around that corner. The truck moved over to fire upon the same Marines. They both missed. The Death Dread fired on the same Marines. He missed, but he charged and killed 1 Marine. These Grots over here with their big guns fired down here to destroy that Rhino. Those guys are holding an objective there. Big Mech and Meganob still locked in combat over there with some Chaos Marines. 1 Chaos Marine died this round. There were some Orks locked in combat here with some Chaos Marines, but the Chaos Marines finished them this round. that's it for combat. End of Orc turn 5, variable game length. We rolled for a game continuance, but it didn't happen, so it's the end of the game. Totaling up, Chaos got First Blood, Orcs got Warlord Slayer. For total number of units killed and objectives held at the end of the game, plus First Blood, Chaos scored 7 points. For Warlord Slayer, units killed and objectives held at the end of the game, Orcs hold 12 points total. Actually, I forgot about that objective there that I haven't uncovered. And then maybe, let's have a look. It's another 3 points there. So 15 points. 15 points to Orcs, play 7 points for Chaos. That is a good win for Orcs. Makes a change. I'm sure next time Chaos will come back and kick my ass as usual. But that's it. 15 points to Orcs, 7 points to Chaos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.